Hi guys. Hi. What's up guys? I am back for this is definitely part 2. As you can see, I did shave a good portion of it off camera because I didn't want to make a video where I'm just talking like this and doing that, like that's just not really fair. I have no idea what the back of my head looks like, but I know that there's a lot of cuts on it. I don't think this is something I'll ever do again. Or maybe I'll do it with like a better razor. So, shaving cream. Something else about me, right? Because this is still a get to know me video, is I've been rebellious ever since I've been a kid. You are not to have me do something that I don't want to do. I remember I was doing violin, but I hated that shit. I already have school to worry about. I got my terrible home life to worry about. I got church that I absolutely hated. Now you're having me do violin? No, no, no. So you know what I did? I took apart. Oh, I got a new subscriber. Thank you. I basically took apart that entire violin. I don't know how much violins are, but I know they're expensive, and I know the guy that was teaching me was renting them part by part. The strings, the things on the top, the everything. I did not tell anybody. It wasn't until I got to my lesson, I opened up my violin and they're like, what happened? Somebody came into my house and took apart the violin. They were both looking at me just in like amazement. I think it was shock, but me, I did not give a single. You are not gonna make me do something I don't want to do. It's not gonna work out in your favor. Listen to your kids. That's the moral of the story. Listen to your kids. I never went back to violin, and I actually did piano, and I absolutely hated piano. If I could take apart the piano, shit, I would have done that too. I was not a bad kid. My parents were just bad parents. That's it. You shouldn't be confused. You should be focused on your happiness. You should be focused on your life, not confused. Oh, I never told you guys. I'm sober and I'm vegetarian because I cooked meat for the first time.
Wait, this looks gross. That's what you choose to eat, you deal with it.
Sometimes I do miss meat, but I love animals more. Y'all, I am down south, and the obsession with cigarettes and vapes, it's worse. It's so bad. It reminds me of high school. Like, damn, if only they legalized weed. I don't really like how the government treats their people down here. I seen a tooth whitener advertisement, and I really wonder what is in tooth whitener. There's no way that what is in tooth whitener is actually safe to be ingested. There's no way. There just has to be a better way. 14 subscribers. 14. Wow. Thank you guys. Mariba snapped. She snapped when she made Ryder. Something about it just makes you want to bop your head. But I feel like it's definitely way more trendier to hate yourself than love yourself. Because, I mean, I think about the hate that Michael got on the internet. People were like, oh, he's so weird for being positive.
Some of the comments in this Twitter thread are some of the coolest things I've read in a very long time. Saying things about me like, dude's a freak for real, making fun of my voice, my mannerisms, the way that I retell the wonderful library stories I encounter, and some other awful things I'm just not going to repeat because they don't need to be heard by anybody. I don't even honestly believe you should go see this Twitter thread. It's that awful. I'm only saying this, and they've also some people who came to my defense said things like, he's autistic, leave him alone. He's autistic. I'm not autistic. There's nothing wrong with being autistic. I think autistic people are some of the coolest on the planet. I love conversations with my autistic library friends. I have so much library love for them. I look forward to conversations with them each time they visit the library. I am talking about this because I want people to remember that sometimes people have their worst day. They are really struggling in life. And sometimes what that results in is they say very mean, very cruel things about other people, which is not okay. It's not okay to say mean, cruel things about people. But I hope you remember, as I'm trying to remember, that when people are really suffering, sometimes they resort to meanness, cruelty, because that's what they feel about themselves. And I hope those people have a much better day tomorrow. I hope they experience kindness. I hope they experience joy. I hope they remember that they still belong at the library. I hope better days are ahead of them. I hope you are doing okay. Yeah.
Just on the internet in general, I mean, you see a lot of just negative people. People don't be smiling like that. If they do smile, it's not real. It's very healing for me to make these videos. I hope it helps somebody out there. For every person that doesn't understand is 1,000 people that will understand. People be saying that they change, but I don't think they actually change. They literally just start hiding stuff. That's what I think. The only way you could really change is if you heal. And healing is hard. So that's why I do not be thinking that people just change like that. I'm gonna be okay. And y'all need to remember that too. You're gonna be okay no matter what. It's not the end of the world. If somebody does something dirty to you, that has nothing to do with you. He doesn't hate you. She doesn't hate you. He or she or they hate themselves. So if somebody does something bad to you, do not take it personal. Try not to take it personal. I'm not going to say don't take it personal because it's going to be very hard. Think about your biggest bully, your first bully, right? Do you think that person actually liked themselves? Has that person ever had a good relationship in their lives? Those bad thoughts that you've been having in your head, oh, I don't feel worthy enough, I'm not good enough, whatever the case may be. When did those start popping up into your head? When you get told something so much, you really start to believe it. It seemed like I was a bad kid, a bad person. So for a long time, I truly thought I was a bad person. I was a bad kid. But that's just what they thought. The reason why I acted bad when I was a kid was because it was literally a cry for help. Y'all didn't help me though. You just made it worse. They don't know any better. It's like a baby that has just been born. They don't know any better. That's how you gotta look at the people that have done you dirty, that have treated you like trash throughout your entire life. They don't know any better because they've never experienced better. Don't get mad at them. Hope that one day they start to realize the things that you might be realizing right now. Hope that they come across this video and they actually understand what I'm saying. But don't hate them, because that's not going to do anything. But just in general, try not to be a jealous person. Be jealous of the future you. I could be comparing myself to my friend. My friend has thousands and thousands and thousands of followers. I know eventually I'm going to get there one day, so what's the point of being jealous? Don't be jealous of these other people for having this and this and this and that. Get it yourself. Put the work in and do it yourself. Instead of hoping, start to actually do what you need to do to get there. Now, I'm not saying go buy the car that you want, but if you know that you need more money to get the car, get another job. I don't compare myself to anybody because no one is like me. You're not like anyone else. Everybody is unique. I'm truly starting to accept the fact that I'm chaotic. That's just me as of right now. Like, if you're having a conversation with me, this is how it would go. I really don't think that anybody in this world is boring. They just haven't tapped into their full potential yet. I thought this was going to take so long. Definitely worth it. I'm about to do a mask. So we're going to be using the Indian Aztec clay mask. People who can stay in the same environment and heal, I mean, those are very strong people. Now, growing up really is realizing that most of the adults in your life are mentally ill and most likely should have never had kids. I know a lot of people that should have never had kids. They just had kids just because that's what society told them to do. Just had kids because everybody else has kids. That is not a good reason to have kids. Just because everybody else has kids. That's so... Let me not be mean. Let me not be rude. When you end up harming them too, that was not necessary. I said I'm doing YouTube. I'm doing YouTube. I said I'm getting the heck out of that house. I got the heck out of that house. This is actually insane. Like, this is actually crazy. Alright, I'm gonna be right back once this is all dry.